What's up? Fresh is our turn, baby. Gator boots with a punch out Gucci suit. Them Gucci suits. Ain't got no job, but I stay shy. Can't pay my rent. I can't pay my rent. All my money spent, but that's okay, cause I'm still fly. I'm so fly. Gotta wanna take a gas.
Welcome to the Brash Sports Podcast, brought to you by finding $20 in a jacket you haven't worn in a long time. Picture this. It's the first crisp fall morning of the year. You step outside and realize it's time to go into that coat closet and bust out a light jacket. Reach into the pocket and what do you find? $20 you drunkenly stuffed in there last spring. What a feeling. Is there anything better? Yes, but this is still pretty great. So the next time you hang up your jackets for the summer, leave a little something for the future. It's the best short-term 401k on the market. And when you do, be sure to use promo code BRASH75 to save an additional 50%. Finding $20 in a jacket you haven't worn in a long time. The first round is on us. All right, I am Josh. I am back in business with my best friend, Brandon, coming off a long vacation. We need to get back into podcasting. Otherwise, we are fired. So, Brandon, how was your time off, buddy?
Well, this was it, man. We're back from our big vacay. I hope you enjoyed your time off as much as I did.
I certainly did.
We wanted to keep it going another week, but Anderson would not have any of it. He said, you guys come back now or you won't have an office to come back to. So
right.
Here we are back in the studio, getting the job done. Welcome to Brash Sports, episode 11. Let's get this show on the road.
You know something, Brandon? It was great hanging out in the Bahamas for like those 3.5 weeks, but having sat here for about 20 minutes, this is the only place I want to be right now.
I do feel like I'm right back where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
There was something missing when I was settling down in Cape Town, South Africa, at the most beautiful resort. The one and only is what they refer to it as. And I'm going to miss all my friends. And I have a feeling if I try to pronounce their names, I might sound a little racist. So I'm gonna set that aside. But we had some good times, some awesome memories, and I'm gonna miss my Brash sandwiches, which I will tell you.
You told me about those.
Yeah, it's a special little South African grilled cheese with a little tomato, a little onion, and mango chutney. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So, it's a good time in South Africa, but it's good to be back where I belong, here in front of the microphone for Brash Sports.
Amen. Well, let's fucking get right into it then, because we have a lot to catch up on since the last podcast we did. NBA playoffs have been incredible. From the little bit I got to watch on the yacht that I was on, it's been wild. It's been a wild ride. The Suns are out. The Bucks are out. Those were both of our finalists in our brackets. Yeah. They shit the bed hard in Game 7. What happened?
Well, I don't know because I was in South Africa and they didn't show the NBA playoffs there. So, I got a letter sent from somebody who told me, hey, did you hear the news? And I said, what? What is this?
Damn.
More fan mail? How'd they find me here? And they're like, no, your boys are out. Your repeat of the final is not going to happen.
Yeah.
It's looking more and more like it might be the winner of this Western Conference matchup. What do you think about that?
Well, I think it's going to be the Warriors are going to come out of the West and the Celtics are going to come out of the East. And I think that is going to be a hell of a matchup. But ultimately, with the experience the Warriors have, they should just dominate whoever comes out of the East. And they should beat the Mavericks in probably 4 or 5.
I'd say 5 or 6, but
ooh. I don't know, man, because they're a well-coached team. They play good defense. We realized that all they had to do was shut down Luka, and that's the key to success. So they can figure out how to do that.
But you got to keep that going, on every game basis, and that's not that easy to do. The Mavericks, just blowing out the Suns in that Game 7, which again, I read in the letter that I received, in Cape Town. I was surprised. I did not see that. I really thought the Suns at home would take advantage of the situation and prove they were the better squad. And
Totally.
And no, the Mavericks made fools of them and Stephen A. Smith, who apparently, from what I heard from also in my letter, guaranteed the Suns not only to win, but to win by, double digits. So in that aspect, actually, I'm kind of happy the Mavericks won. But
that is a great point. Anytime Stephen A. Smith is just proven undoubtedly wrong for the idiot that he is, I always get a kick out of it. So you're right. That is definitely the number one silver lining. And also, it's fun to watch Luka. Like, Luka is a fucking superstar. He is here. He has arrived. You cannot doubt him anymore. He is unbelievably good. And he's going to be one of the future faces of the league as LeBron and Durant and all those guys step down. Like, he's going to be the one of the next faces that steps up. And that's going to be really fun to watch because he's fucking awesome.
I have heard some criticism, just on a side note real quick, about Luka, that he, like LeBron, tends to milk the fouls from time to time. Is that a thing? Or
yeah, so it's very common with a lot of the European players. Not that like no American players do it, but there's definitely a stigma with the European players that they tend to flop a little bit more. It's because I think they grew up watching soccer a lot and all the flopping that occurs there. They've brought it into the NBA. I think over time they'll be ostracized enough that they'll just stop doing it. But yeah, a lot of the main offenders for flopping are like Rudy Gobert is really bad about it. He's fucking French. Like Luka's pretty bad though. But I don't know. There's enough redeeming qualities for Luka that I get over that pretty fast. Also, the NBA is really, they're doing a really good job of shutting that shit down. Like, they'll give you a technical if they think that you're flopping. So they do a really good job about shutting it down.
Yeah, and talking about soccer and the flopping there, I've been saying for years, for decades, that they should implement more yellow caution cards for people that do the continuous roll. When you hit the ground, and you just continue the roll. We know, we get it.
Here, get him.
You got to knock. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna survive. Okay.
Yeah. And
shit.
That magic spray that they have in soccer, that should be in everybody's first aid kit.
Exactly.
Because it can just cure anything. You just give it a little wave, little spray, and then you're fucking jumping up and good to go again. Where is this magic spray? How can I buy it?
There's no fractured bone. Dust off couldn't fix. So tonight we do have yet again, Game 2, Mavericks Warriors.
Yep.
That should be good, starting at 9 p.m. Eastern time, and then tomorrow we're looking at the Eastern. Oh my God, what's happening here? Something's happening. Oh my shit! Everything's falling apart. Oh no, it's okay. And then tomorrow night we got the Heat and the Celtics again. I was surprised that the Heat took Game 1 of that one.
Really?
And why is it that? Wait a second. Why is it they'll be playing Game 3 before? Oh, I guess because they started things off. Okay. Dude, I'm telling you, coming out of this vacation, I need to get reaccustomed. I'm a
little foggy too. So
I'm out of my element. Yeah.
Don't feel bad. We're gonna just keep it light, keep it easy, keep it
fun.
Island breezy this episode. Yeah.
Exactly.
So
all right.
Don't sweat it. Yeah. No. Game 1, the Heat looked really good. The Celtics just looked off. I think they were just fucking tired because they just had to go 7 games with the Bucks. And the Heat were just rested and at home. So I think that was a huge reason because last night, Game 2, Celtics whooped that ass. The Celtics, to me, are clearly better. They're definitely better, just talent-wise. I do think the Heat have an advantage just experience, just veteran-wise. Jimmy Butler is one of the most underrated players in the NBA. I have been saying that for a while now. He's led some pretty mediocre teams to some pretty a deep playoff runs. I mean, he took, what was it, 2 years ago? I think he took the Heat to the finals. L Heat, as I like to call them.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So he deserves a ton of credit because they're playing without Kyle Lowry right now, and I don't know. I just think he's wildly underrated. I do think the Celtics end up coming out of the East. Fans of the show that have been listening for a while, they know that I've been just on the Celtics bandwagon since day one.
Except for when we filled out a bracket.
When I had them losing in the first round.
Then you had them get knocked out immediately.
That was the only time I doubted them. But let me have this moment because I don't get them very often.
It's fair enough.
And high on the Celtics all season, and it's paying off. Like if they can keep this squad together, I think they'll be good for years to come.
I'm just kind of bummed because, in all honesty, other than the Warriors, the other teams that are left remaining aren't teams that, as a neutral / Wizards fan, I like.
Yeah, fair.
I'm not a Boston guy, okay? I'm sick of Boston owning the sports world for majority of my, not just adult life, but adolescent life.
True.
And, Miami Heat, I guess I don't really have a problem with them, but I'm still kind of sour about the whole, LeBron, Bosh, that whole bullshit. And they're in our division, the Wizards. But, I guess in the end, and then Dallas is Dallas, yes, they're the Mavericks and not the Cowboys, but
right.
If you're from Dallas, you're, majority, if not all of those Mavericks fans are also filthy, disgusting Cowboys fans. So I can't support them. I find myself once again hoping the Warriors can pull it off, even though they weren't that team this year that many expected. But hey, who doesn't like Steph Curry?
Exactly. Just root for Steph to ball out. They're so fun to watch.
They really don't give you a reason to dislike them. There's nothing there. So,
Draymond Green can polarize a little bit because he talks a lot of shit, and I don't know. But I personally love Draymond Green. Like, I root for the guy. So that's the only reason. Otherwise, what could you hate about that team?
There's nothing to hate.
Brandon.
Nothing. Yeah, tell me.
Tell me right now.
Well, how about the crime in San Francisco? Let's talk about that.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's if you hate Nancy Pelosi, then you hate San Francisco. Therefore, you hate the Golden State Warriors by default. Them's the rules. Yeah, we got to get angry about stuff.
Yeah, exactly. This is what we do. We got to get pissed off. We're way too happy out of our vacations. This isn't right.
That's true.
We got to get fired up again.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Too many cool vibes, not enough hot takes right now.
I was a little fired up when Anderson called me, though. He somehow found the number to my rogue cell phone that only a few like handful of people knew. You were one of them, in case we had to touch base.
Yeah.
And, this motherfucker calls me up and he says, I know you're in South Africa. You got to get the fuck back here. And I'm like, really? We don't have a few more days. And he's like, no, we got to make this happen. We have dedicated listeners out there that are relying on us. So
I'm sure the sponsors were probably getting pretty pissed off too. Like,
I suppose we'll make up for it. Yeah. They have no idea what's in store. We got a lot of surprises coming. Speaking of surprises, we are also in the middle of the NHL playoffs. And right now, things didn't work out the way we had hoped. But there is apparently a little bug in my ear that's telling me we're going to get another special guest coming up, whether it be next episode or in the near future. We have a our NHL expert, who is to be revealed when the time is right. But we thought we might be able to make that happen right off of the big, great, amazing comeback that is. But the stars didn't align. So, we will get into NHL. We have not forgotten about hockey. I forgot about it a little bit because my Caps got knocked out. So ever since the Caps got knocked out, I really am not paying attention. But I understand that there's a lot of exciting things. And my biggest thing is that the most intriguing thing about the NHL playoffs is that there's no heavy favorite. It is any team's trophy, any team's cup. I can't wait to see how it all unfolds and who is hoisting that thing in the end.
Yeah, dude. It's been a fun run to the cup, to the hoisting of the cup.
The hoist. The great hoist.
There's been some good series, good games. I mean, I still bet the NHL pretty frequently. I don't follow it as much as I should. Typically, I just love betting overs in games. And so when you're watching, you're not really I'm not the most technically trained hockey follower. I don't exactly know what's going on all the time, but I love seeing pucks go in the net. So it's been exciting as hell. Last night, fucking Flames Oilers had 13 goals. It was awesome.
I think it was 15. I think it was
15.
15. 6-9. 6-9.
Back in my day, that was 3 games. You needed 3 games to get to 15 goals.
It was unheard of. Yeah.
So I love it. And I'm excited to get the special guest that we're keeping super secretive right now. We are keeping that on lockdown.
Tight lip.
By the way, I have a theory on how your number got leaked. I think those guys in IT, they're still bent out of shape about what went down before we left. And so they went through, they cracked the code, and they tracked you down. That's my theory. My theory.
There were a few people in the office who we didn't tell about the big vacay. And they were thinking, hey, maybe I can get some time off. And, we're like, oh, no, Anderson will never have any of that.
No PTO, sorry.
And then we're like, well, see you in a month. And they were like, what? And then when I closed the door, I knew right away, I'm like, oh, this might come back to bite me. But here we are.
See you in a month. But we needed it. After 10 strong episodes, we deserve it. Let's be real. We deserve
putting in the work. Doing the time. I mean, the preparation itself, everybody can tell. We must be slaving away week after week writing the scripts for these things. It's unbelievable.
It's so much work. I mean, it's at least 80, 90 hours a week that we spend on this thing. And sometimes you just need a break. You got to recharge those batteries. You know what I mean? Do a little self-care down in the Bahamas or in South Africa.
I hope you are recharged.
Oh, I am.
You know what we have to get into, right?
Yes, I am aware.
There's a little thing that I have been missing during my time in Cape Town, and that is our segment that is sponsored and endorsed, whatever you want to put it, and it is called Just Joshin'. Just Joshin', brought to you by Kombucha Tea. Kombucha. It smells like feet, but it also tastes like feet.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Brandon. And it is good to be back. I have missed it. I've missed it a lot. I have been meaning to go on a rant or two, but I hope everything's okay over there. My Just Joshin' this week, I'm gonna tie a little bow because a few of them have been in regard to the NBA MVP. I talked about in one of them. I'm excited that the big guys are back into it. The last 4 have been Giannis, Jokic. That's fucking awesome. I love it. Big guys in the NBA clanging and banging. That's my jam. I will say this, though. If the playoffs are not going to influence who gets votes for the MVP, and it's only going to be a regular season award, announce that person as soon as the playoffs start. There is no fucking reason to do it 2 or 3 weeks in when the person accepting the award is in Serbia in a horse stable. That's crazy. When I saw that footage, I was perplexed. I couldn't fucking believe it. Not that he doesn't have any right to go home and hang out with his horses in Eastern Europe, but what the fuck? If it's a regular season award, give it away right at the end of the regular season. Or count the playoffs in it too. Like, how come you're only valuable for 82 games? And then it's like, no, you're not valuable anymore until the finals. Stupid. So, fix that shit. Regular season MVP or best player from best team, because sometimes that's how they do it also. Have a playoffs MVP and then a finals MVP. But don't give me the regular season MVP 3 weeks into the season. It's confusing and dumb. And people are talking about that when there's still series going on. And then the Nuggets get bounced. Jokic hops on a flight and accepts an award from a horse stable 7 hours into the future in Europe. That's crazy town. So, that's all. That's all I have to say. There's plenty of time. Everyone knows who they're voting for after that 80-second game is up. Then you have 2 play-in games, and then a third play-in game, because that little play-in tournament, you have like 5 days to announce the winner of the MVP. Do it then, before the playoffs start, or at least in the first round of the playoffs. That's all I got.
Is that how they do it in other sports? Do they always announce the MVP of the regular season?
Yeah, I think football does it too. Right? Like,
I mean, you'd think I'd know this out of all the NFL I watch, but
hold on. How many MVPs have we had on our teams?
Yeah, that doesn't happen.
Yeah, we haven't seen that many. So
no, but I still thought that they waited till the end of the whole season for some stupid fucking reason.
I think it's right around the Pro Bowl. Wrong. Isn't it? Don't they announce it like around the Pro Bowl?
Oh, okay. You know what? That sounds right. You're right.
We're just so busy. We're busy focusing on the Pro Bowl itself because it's our favorite game of the year. That,
oh my God.
The other stuff. Whoop, the defensive player of the year, offensive rookie of the year. No, we don't care. We're just focused on that Pro Bowl.
Got to get your stat sheets out, ready to fill them out. Follow every second of the Pro Bowl.
Yeah. Can't miss a second of action on the Pro Bowl. So that's probably why. I'm pretty sure that's when they announced the NFL MVPs and all the players of the year.
Well, there wasn't a whole lot of NFL news while we have been away, but there, have been some developments, and as we get closer and closer to the 2022 campaign, the schedule was released, Josh. It's official. We know
it is official.
Not just who we're playing, but when we're playing them.
Yep.
Personally, as a formerly known as the Washington Redskins team fan, I'm actually happy with the weeks 1 and 2. It's a great opportunity for us to get off to a nice hot start when you're talking about the Jacksonville Jaguars and the sorry-ass Detroit Lions. They could easily beat us. But,
yeah.
What were your biggest takeaways from the schedule release that just recently occurred?
Well, Giants have a London game, which is exciting.
Is it really though?
It is. I
Okay.
mean, people were hitting me up like, because I have a lot of Packers fan friends who are like, "Oh, are we going to London?" And I was like, "Well, dude, I wish. I fucking wish I could go."
Yeah, sure. You paying?
I just spent my life savings in the Bahamas, man.
Dude.
I can't be going to London right now. But no, that was kind of cool. I haven't experienced the Giants in a London game yet. That's always fun. Waking up, drinking at 9:30 in the morning and watching football. God damn, that's a good time. And when your team is in the mix, woo, even better. I noticed that there's 3 games on Christmas this year. That's pretty fucking
That
crazy.
was interesting.
When did the NFL start just bullying the NBA? Because Christmas Day was always an NBA day where there was like 5 marquee matchups. You looked forward to it all of December, and you knew Christmas Day you're going to have some really great basketball to watch. The NFL's like, no, fuck that. That's our day now. Give it to us. And I bet they're going to destroy the NBA in the ratings. And I don't know. Christmas is going to be a fucking NFL day now. It's wild.
Every time Christmas
They're taking over.
Every time Christmas falls on a Sunday, there's NFL games.
True.
There's no way to get around that
this year.
Well, it would have to be, right? Is that why they're doing it?
No, it's a Saturday this year.
Oh, fuck. So they're really sticking it to him. You're right. I just assumed
That's what
it
I'm
was
saying.
Sunday. Okay, so yeah, they just have 3 random games on Christmas. Packers in Miami, the Broncos in LA to face the Super Bowl champion Rams, and then Tom Brady and the Buccaneers go to Arizona to face
That's probably a good game.
Kyler Murray or Kyler Murray-less Cardinals. We'll see what happens with that.
It'll be Kyler. I'm pretty confident.
I don't know, man. He's been acting a little weird. I'm gonna see.
Yeah, of course. He's a weirdo.
You can't count on a weirdo.
I agree, but you still play him if you got him, and I think they'll have him.
Hey, we did have our little prediction. Week 1 of Brash Sports. When it came to the schedule, remember, we said that there was a big chance that we would get to see the Denver Broncos with Russell Wilson, their newly acquired quarterback, going up against the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes in a primetime game. We said it would either be a Monday night or Sunday night game.
Correct.
Turns out we're going to be waiting all day for a Sunday night because that is going to be on NBC Sunday Night Football game. I think that happens around week 5 or something like that.
Yeah. And week 1, the Broncos are going up to Seattle on Monday night. So that's a little prime time.
Yeah.
And it's going to be I
like that. That's right.
50 to 3 Broncos over Seahawks. Just annihilation.
Or so we think. You never know. You never know, man, how things will unfold. I mean, that's the beauty of it, right?
Oh, I know. The Broncos, I would bet anything in the world right now, Broncos are winning that game by at least 3 touchdowns.
Well, I'm going to say it right here. I don't think it's a clear-cut shot that the Broncos make the playoffs.
Oh, you're crazy. That is absurd. They are 100% getting into the playoffs.
That's right.
No, that is a hot take. Is
it really a hot take?
Absolutely. Dude, okay. That team is stacked. They are going to 100%. We'll do a side brash bet between me and you, Broncos making the playoffs or not.
Okay.
I'll give you odds. I'll give you 2-1 odds.
I'll take it.
100%.
We'll take care of that. We'll take care of that after the show.
Dude, I will bet this
toucan settled.
Or this parrot? What is this? A parrot?
So what about your boys? It's a toucan, isn't it?
I don't know. The toucan.
No, that was a parrot. That's a parrot. I don't know.
In the comments. Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, exactly. So
we're gonna have a poll.
Do your Giants have any primetime games this year? I didn't check.
No, I think we're one of the few teams without any.
You're not. Yeah, it's okay. You'd rather not have any primetime games.
We don't deserve any primetime. Are you kidding me? We're trash. We're a dumpster fire. I mean, I've got
trash.
I've got some hope, but I'm not getting my hopes up anymore. Yeah, I'm just not doing it.
I was going to see if I could find a list, of our games here. I know that the Redskins, Commanders have 3 primetime games actually. And I say 3. I say 3 because one is a to be determined at the end of the season. One with the Giants, who we play back to back, even though there's a bye week in between there. That's still back to back for me. And then of course they had to set up the Eagles, Redskins, Carson Wentz reunion game.
Yep.
There's some other shitty fucking game. I think we played like the Bears or some shit in Chicago.
So. We do have one against Dallas. So we get Dallas on a Monday night game, and we play Dallas on Thanksgiving.
Oh, so you got the Thanksgiving game this year. Good for you.
We got a little Thanksgiving action.
I like it.
That'll be exciting. I'll be full of turkey, nice and drunk. That's always a good day too. And that's what bugs me. It's like, hey, NFL, you don't need Christmas. You got Thanksgiving, man. Just back off a little bit. They're like, no, we don't care. We're coming for your ass, NBA. We don't give a shit whose toes we step on. Pretty soon they're going to have a summer league, and baseball's going to be irrelevant. Like, they don't give a shit. They're already dominant. Like, they dominate. Dude, the schedule release is their ratings are equivalent to NBA playoff games. Like, the NFL is just taking over everything. So
makes sense.
I don't know. Yeah,
it's been taking over Brash Sports for 11 episodes.
That's true. I mean, we're talking. It's May 20th, and we are talking about the NFL.
It's right around the corner.
Right around the corner.
We're almost there, Josh.
It'll be here before you know it.
And I guess there's no real dramatics to talk about in the NFL at the moment, but you wanted to touch on this Baker Mayfield sitch.
Yeah.
What's going on here, Josh? Fill me in.
I mean, I don't really have anything to fill in per se, but that's a little drama, a little sprinkling of drama. So Deshaun Watson takes the entire offense of the Browns down to the Bahamas, like where I was. I told him it was a great place to visit. I told him to hit St. Lucia, St. Martin's, all the Saints. Stick with the Saints when you're in the Bahamas. That's my motto.
Anything Saint, you're good.
Yeah, and Baker didn't go, obviously. Totally understandable, right? But now the NFL is meeting in Houston to decide what the punishment needs to be for Deshaun Watson. And I said I thought he was going to get at least 6 to 10 games. So then what do you do if you're the Browns and you have Baker who doesn't want to do shit for you because of what you've done to him? You're stuck with him. If you're Baker, do you play? Do you not play? What's the right career move? Is it to go out, prove your worth so that you're trade bait for the trade deadline? Because chances are there's going to be a team like the Colts with Matt Ryan who could easily get hurt. Or you're the Commanders with Carson Wentz who's got bird bones and just fucking gets hurt every single season, right? You set yourself up so that you can get traded to a team that's in contention. Not saying the Commanders will be in contention, I don't know. But more than likely, there will be a team out there that has a good enough squad to make a playoff run, has a quarterback get hurt or a quarterback playing like shit, that will need someone like Baker Mayfield to just come in and help guide them to the playoffs. But if you sit on the sidelines the entire time, are they going to be willing to do that? I don't know. So that's what I'm saying. It was very speculative. I have no idea how it's going to play out, but I wanted to get your thoughts because I think anything's possible, right?
I'm just waiting for them to give us some sort of deadline date in terms of when are we going to know the verdict on how Roger Goodell is going to punish or not punish Deshaun Watson. What is this waiting game? I mean, the whole court proceedings are gone, right? That's not even going to happen at this point. So fucking NFL, do something. Make a decision, like just tell us, is he going to be suspended or not? The Browns have been fucked over enough for the past fucking 50 years, like stop dangling this carrot over their head. I frankly think my guess is that they will suspend him for 4 games. And I have this weird feeling Baker is going to ball out in those 4 games. They might go 3-1 with Baker being consistently productive in all 4 games, leaving them a very interesting decision when Deshaun is ready to go and capable of taking the field again. I know you are strongly in the camp of it doesn't matter what Baker Mayfield does. You spent all this money, you're going to Deshaun Watson.
100%.
I just would love to see how that all plays out, and I'm not a Baker Mayfield hater. I honestly think the guy is good enough in this league to be on a winning football club and go on a playoff run. So, I'm hoping that happens just because it would put the Browns front office in a very awkward situation. But it really just boils down to when the stupid NFL is going to tell us, what they're doing with Watson. Because obviously, if they do nothing, then my whole theory doesn't matter worth a shit.
We all know that Roger Goodell is trash, right? He sucks. So that part doesn't surprise me. I don't know what's taking so long either. It doesn't make sense. He's not going to be criminally charged with anything. I think there's still some civil lawsuits that he's working out. But listen to this. I just pulled the Browns schedule. So let's say he's suspended for 4 games. The first 4 games are at the Panthers, at home against the Jets, at home against the Steelers, and then at the Falcons. Those are 4 very winnable games. Mm-hmm. So Baker could go 4-0 if he's suspended for 4 games. But even then, even if they're 4-0 and he's lighting it up, it's Deshaun Watson. They're putting Deshaun Watson in for game 5. Like, I have no doubt in my mind. And then they just have great trade bait. They're like, hey, we've got this. Look what we got. We got a stud quarterback, even though people kind of know what Baker Mayfield is at this point. But regardless, I think that Deshaun Watson is 100% starting when he comes back from suspension.
The contract he was given, he has to be dubbed the future of the Browns moving forward, at least for the next 4 or 5 years. So
yeah, he's getting into that.
I don't know. God, I'm so looking forward to seeing how that all plays out. And
for sure,
I really hope my crazy ass off the wall scenario works out too. But a lot of things would have to fall into place for that to happen.
For sure.
But
I'm with you though. That would be a cool storyline to follow. Make for good content here on the old podcast.
The old Brash Sports.
Well, that was good.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah, save that soundbite.
I'll save that soundbite. Yeah, that'll be the soundbite moving forward.
All right, we got to move off of NFL. They've taken Christmas from us. We got to move off them. We got to give them less attention. I see a big flag right behind you. Little Man City action.
Yeah,
they've got big game coming up.
Oh my God! You want
to talk about it or no?
I wasn't following a lot of sports while my time in South Africa, and because Cape Town doesn't allow that.
Oh, I thought you really got into cricket down there.
Cricket, there was some cricket, there was some rugby. I told them they could piss off because that's what you say, piss off, and in my best South African accent, and I wasn't having any of it, but I did get my updates, and City had a scare last week. They played West Ham. They were in the final 2 games since last week, and they blew it. They didn't win, so they dropped 2 points. They still they managed to salvage a point, even though they missed a penalty in the last minute of the game. So there was a chance for them to get all 3 back. But in the end, Manchester City control their own destiny. They could win, once again, back-to-back championships. Championship Sunday is when every single football club in the Premier League plays at the exact same time, which for our time zone will be 11 a.m. I'm looking forward to it. I believe Liverpool, they got Watford, which I think they're going to wipe the floor with them. So, yeah, it really just comes down to can City beat Aston Villa, which, come on. I mean, Aston Villa, sorry ass Aston Villa.
I mean,
You know,
come on.
come on, they got to go. But there's a little term called typical city if you are a Manchester City fan, and
Okay.
it would be so typical City if they found a way to just completely blow it. Just like they blew the Champions League debacle against Real Madrid, allowing 2 goals in the last 2 minutes of regulation, bringing into extra time and allowing them to score a penalty in extra time, knocking them out, making a Real Madrid Liverpool Champions League final. But I just trust Pep Guardiola, and I trust Kevin De Bruyne, and I trust the boys in blue. I think they're going to be able to seal it, even if it's an ugly 1-0, 2-1 win. They got to beat Villa. I mean, Villa's bottom half of the table. They didn't get relegated, but they were saved by the skin of their fucking teeth, which I've never quite understood that saying, "skin of your teeth." But it's going to be exciting. Even if you're not a soccer fan, you should tune in to Championship Sunday games because there's a lot of there's a couple relegation battles also worth mentioning. Burnley and Everton, big one. They're not playing one another, but and Leeds.
Don't forget about Leeds.
It all looks like Leeds will be the odd team out, which is a bummer. You know, they got they're the only club in English football right now that has the American manager. I always have to pull for them. But they've been just crumbling these past few weeks. Everton has never not been in top flight football since I've been alive. So It would be the first time that they've been knocked out of top flight in England. And, Burnley, man, those guys, I mean, they're just fucking, they're tough as shit. They fired their longtime manager, Sean Dyche, and ever since then, they've had a revival. And they've actually been able to, leapfrog Leeds and, take advantage. So there's this, it's all going to come down to this last week, this last game, and I just can't wait to see how everything plays out, and hopefully in the end we got Everton. I don't know why, but I don't want to see Everton leave the Premier League. I'd love to see them stick around, and then of course, most importantly, all I really care about, City, hoisting the trophy, and they're going to be at the Etihad, so it's a great finale, and I have to say, man, if City do go on to win this year, it's really it's quite amazing given how talented and how capable Liverpool have been. I mean, they're still on track right now while we record this to win 4 trophies, okay? The quadruple. And I mean, they won the FA Cup recently against Chelsea in penalties. They won the League Cup in penalties against Chelsea. Unfortunately for them, they don't get to play Chelsea in the Champions League final, but they do get Real Madrid, who they tend to slip up in the first half of games. They're not that hot in the first 45 minutes, so I could easily see Liverpool taking a nice, comfortable 2-0 lead going into halftime. It's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Okay. That's actually coming up Memorial Day weekend on the 28th. But in their heads, they're thinking, fuck it, everything's falling into place for us. We're going to win all 4. So I just, I don't care if they go on to win the treble. They can have the Champions League again, second time in 3 years. Good for them. I just League Cup to me, or League Championship, that's the one. The Premier League Championship. If we didn't win anything else and we just won the league championship every fucking year, I'd be quite all right with that. Because that's what everybody really fucking wants. You want to be champions of your domestic league, champions of England. Come on, City!
All right. Well, fucking A, dude. That was a segment we used to call Just Brandon. just Brandon.
It's Brandon.
That was just Brandon. We'll have to get a sponsor for you. But all right, well, let's go right into the weekend parlay because
here we go.
Rumor has it, I'm hearing some whispers that you've got a little premier action in there too. So let's just fucking keep it rolling.
Ooh,
let's dive right into that, and let's start with you and your favorite for the weekend parlay.
Brash Sports Weekend Parlay, brought to you by Guns. Down on your luck? Guns.
All right, well, let's get our music going. I do have a couple games. I guess you want to start off with our favorites. What do we want to start with? Favorites?
Yeah, dude, we've been on vacation way too long. Favorite coin flip underdog.
Hey, we can mix it up anytime we fucking want. Okay, you know.
No.
Anderson doesn't write those rules.
The fans would not be happy if we did that.
I, of course, went with my emotional hedge with my favorite because Liverpool need to win, assuming City don't lose. I picked them, and I was fucking wrong. I said they played Watford earlier. I'm a fucking idiot. They played Wolves. I got Liverpool beating Wolves. Doesn't matter what the fucking score is. Heavy favorite at minus 670. And that is also, I believe, at Anfield, if I have it correct. So, for Wolves, I don't think they have a shot in hell. I think Liverpool are just, a team possessed. It is an Anfield. Liverpool, I'm going to say, this really doesn't matter, but I'm going to say Liverpool win 4-0 against Wolves. And they're going to finish the season, as they started it, which is red fucking hot, but it won't be good enough. What do you got as your favorite, Josh?
I like the Golden State Warriors. They tip off in about an hour from now. So it's a little last second sneaking it in there. I like them to win game 2. I think it's going to be a closer game tonight than game 1. So the spread was I think it was Mavericks plus 6.5 last I looked. I don't trust the Warriors to cover that 7 points, but I do trust them to win. In the Oracle, that arena is rocking. It is rocking. So I think that they're going to pull out the dub. They're minus 265, so a decent favorite. I just think they come away with the win. Things might be different down in Dallas, but I just don't see them losing tonight. So give me the Warriors minus 265 as the favorite.
Warriors money line. I like it. All right. Going to my coin flip. I got I just went with the over for the Mavericks Warriors game. Same game, starting in less than an hour. Cutting it close. The over 214. Come on. Are you fucking kidding me? Of course I'm going to pick the over. Over at minus 113, we're going to get 250, 216. Please, God. That's my coin flip. I'm sticking to it. I don't really have much more insight other than that. I mean, come on. I mean, that one's just a teaser. There's no way those two high-powered offenses do not combine for more than 214 points.
Right.
So.
Well, last game it went under that. So I bet the under game 1, the under hit, but the Mavericks were ice cold. They missed 25 3-pointers. They're not going to miss 25 3-pointers again. They're a good 3-point shooting team. They're going to hit a lot more of those. That's why I think it's going to be a closer game, and I love the over. Love the over.
Good.
Now, for my coin flip, I'm taking it to the Eastern Conference Finals, heading east.
I know what you're doing. You're taking it to the Heat.
I'm taking it to the Heat. Dude, is there... Name a singer that is more fun to impersonate than Michael McDonald.
He's my favorite.
You cannot find one. God. He is the best. Anyway, taking it to the Heat. I got the Heat plus 7 in Boston. Celtics just blew out the Heat in Miami. I think Miami's got a chip on their shoulder going into Boston. I think that they've got something to prove. I think Boston, a lot of bright lights on them. I think they're not going to be as loose and as agile as they were Game 2 against the Heat. I'm not saying they won't win, but I think it's going to be a very close game. If it's a close game, give me 7 points, right? Because I think more or less it could be a coin flip situation of a game. But if you're going to give me 7 points for anybody, give me the Heat +7, Game 3, tomorrow at some time that I didn't write down.
Yeah, tomorrow I didn't write it down either, but that's at a minus 114. The odds on that one.
Is it?
Mine's, my coin flip's a minus 113. Yours is a minus 114.
We flipping, baby.
Solid flipping, and we're going to underdog. And you don't know me, but I'm your underdog. And I'm going back to soccer.
All right. Hit me with that soccer pick, Michael McDonald.
I'm going to, there's one fan in particular that might not take kindly to this underdog pick, but there is a game involving the Red Devils of Manchester United and the Eagles of Crystal Palace. And I'm going crazy. I've done this before, and it bit me in the ass. But I'm feeling good about Championship Sunday. I'm picking a draw between Man United, Crystal Palace, +270. Lock it up. I'm going to say it's going to be just a 1-1, type of game. Honestly, I think Palace might score first. They, maybe in the 70th minute. Ronaldo gets one more fucking goal because without Ronaldo, where the fuck would Man United be this year? He's been, he's the reason that they're in fucking 7th place. So, I like it. I'm getting the draw +270, a solid underdog, but nothing holds a fucking candle to my boy Josh's underdog. Tell us, Josh, what's happening? What's happening here with your underdog?
What's happening is I love that pick. Now, I got to give a little tiny backstory before I lay mine out. Historically this year, I have made the worst golf picks. And I'm in a golf pool. I make weekly picks with a group of friends down here. I'll occasionally sprinkle a little bit with real money, in my app. But I am historically bad this year. I'm literally cursing golfers. Right now, all right, for instance, right now, Will Zalatoris is leading the field in the PGA Championship. Last week, I picked him to win the tournament. Last week, he missed the cut. He didn't even make it to Saturday. And he's leading the field this week. I'm cursing people. My picks have been so bad. So this week, I'm doubling down on my boy, Cam Smith. He was my pick heading into the PGA. He's my pick right now to win the whole goddamn thing. I think at this point in time, he's 7 strokes behind Zalatoris, but Zalatoris is known to crack. He will crumble. Plenty of time, plenty of golf left. There are still 36 holes to make a move. I love Cam Smith. I love the mullet. I love the mustache. He is going to dominate Saturday and Sunday. Pull this thing out. It'll probably go to a playoff. I think it'll be the most entertaining golf we've seen in a while. And I think Cam Smith at plus 1,800 is the best underdog pick I can ever come up with. Give me Cam Smith. Give me redemption on my shitty golf picks all year. Now is the time.
Officially.
The time is now.
Officially. The biggest underdog and probably the biggest underdog we will ever have in our Brash Sports Weekend Parlay. Plus 1,800.
It's dumb enough to work.
I love it. And the reason I love it is because that brings us to our odds of plus 39,417. $6 bet from Brash Sports account pays out
Oh, baby.
to $2,371.02. So get ready. We're going to take this $6 and just spin it into some amazing gold.
Oh, I can't
You
wait.
know,
Dude, we need new computers. We need new microphones.
oh,
We
everything.
need to
Everything
we
will
need-
change. Everything will change. Anything you see here, I'm getting a haircut. I'm fucking changing the backdrop. I'm getting a new mic. I'm not changing I do like my headset. I'm gonna keep my headset.
I
But
was gonna say, are those new? They look slick.
oh, the headset.
Yeah.
Well, I
Those
think
are
they
same one you
stick
always
out.
had?
They stick out with my greaser hair that I got going on right now.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
The hat distracts from the headset. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah, I
That's
got
what it is.
I got greasy on all those South African grilled cheese sandwiches, in Cape Town. So that's where this came from. Oh, that's really nice, brother. You should just not wear a hat. And I'm like,
Nope.
yeah, but I have this hat. He's like, oh, put it on your back. I'm like, all right, if you say so. And he's like, is that Anderson calling you? How the fuck did he know that? And that was the end of the vacation.
That
It
was the end of the
ruined everything.
vacation. Yeah.
It ruined
Your
everything.
heart sinks. I remember I got the call. You know that giant that water slide in Atlantis that like goes down the pyramid and through all the sharks? You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
Yeah. So I definitely did not ride it, but I was standing next to it when Anderson called me, and I was like, God damn it. It's fucking Anderson ruining my vacation. I got right back on the yacht, hightailed it back to North Carolina.
Fuck, dude. I'm so sorry. Too bad
It's all right.
you didn't take advantage of the Brash Sports private jet like I did. But hey, maybe next time. Maybe next time.
Yeah, no. If you weren't using it, I definitely would have.
I know. I did call
That's all right.
dibs. It was a simple case of nose game in that one. But hey, you know what? Next time it's yours. No nose game involved. We can take turns with the Brash Sports secret private jet. All right, and that's it.
That's
We
a wrap.
did it. We did what we were supposed to do. We came back from vacation. We episode
Stop
11.
on that, Anderson.
It's done. So you know what? Let's tie a little bow and let's get the fuck out of here. Thanks everybody. Thank you, Sheena. Thanks Anderson. Thanks to our whole crew. Thanks to the pilot who flew the private jet. And, thanks to all the hotel staff there in Cape Town. I love you. Later, brother. Peace.